is, are the Detroit Lions built for long-term success? Can they repeat this year after year, like the New England Patriots of the past, like the Kansas City Chiefs, like the Denver Broncos of, back in 2000s or whatever it was? Can they repeat this long-term success? Because when we look at the Detroit Lions, guys, they have built their team the right way, right? They did not go out there and get a bunch of free agents and a hot young coach and say, make us win. No, the Lions tried that. It failed with Matt Patricia. They tried to do lists. They tried. I mean, everything that the Detroit Lions have done in the past have failed. Finally, the Detroit Lions are like, you know what? Let's tear it all down. Let's build it from within and build up, right? They are building from within. They hired a former player as their coach in Dan Campbell. He brought in former teammates, former coaches that he can trust, right? They have built that culture from within. Their contracts, they're set for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. They are set financially for a very, very long time. Not to add that they have $62 million in cap space next season and $21 million in 2026. They have a lot of money to pay their players. However, Ben Johnson is going to be a head coach next season. I know. Break your heart, Detroit Lions fans, but Ben Johnson is out next season. Somebody is going to make him an offer that he cannot refuse. Aaron Glenn will also be a head coach next season as well. Teams want to, the NFL, life in general is a copycat league. Teams have seen the success of the Texans and the Lions and what they've done. They hired former players. Let's say, hey, you have control of my team. Build it, make it great. Make the culture, bring in your coaching staff, bring in who you want. Be great. Teams like the Jets, teams like the Saints, teams like the Giants, teams like the Dallas Cowboys are all going to follow the mocking success of Detroit. So the real question is, can they have long-term success in Detroit? They have the players, they have their head coach, they have the general manager, they have the backing of the ownership. The problem that I'm worried about in Detroit is how can they backfill those coaching positions, right? How can they backfill those positions? We saw the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl run, right? Lost it, but lost their offensive coordinator, lost their defensive coordinator. Insert next year, decent, lost them again. This year, back decent, had some troubles, but back decent. San Francisco 49ers, the same way. They're on their, third defensive coordinator in 3 years, something crazy. They have the system in place. Plug and play. But the question is, do the Detroit Lions have that plug and play system? Can they plug and play anybody that, has the grit and mentality of Dan Campbell and the rest of the culture? Can you guys come in there and plug and play? So guys, me being a Detroit Lions passive, I obviously from the outside looking in, I see what they're doing. I see the moves. I see their success on the field. I don't know necessarily how they got there. Obviously by Dan Campbell, but how much does assistant coaching play in the aspect for the Detroit Lions? Most teams, assistant coaches have a lot of say. How much say does he have in Detroit? That's the real question. Are they built for long-term success? I say yes. They are built for long-term success. Yes, Aaron Glenn is doing his thing. Yes, Ben Johnson is doing their thing, right? But they have their understudies that all doing their thing too. Promote within, right? Quarterbacks coach becomes the offensive coordinator. Receivers coach becomes just keep promoting them up. Build them, promote them. Build them, promote them. Make it like a cycle. So guys, let me ask you the question. Are the Detroit Lions built for long-term success? That's the question that I want to know. I'm saying yes. They are built for some long-term success. John says, nope, the assistant coaches are going to get head coaching opportunities. And yes, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn will get opportunities. Ben Johnson turned down 3 or 4 jobs last season, if I'm not mistaken. He wanted to stay in Detroit. He wanted to, quote, run it back, win a Super Bowl. But sometimes I want to be a head coach. Jay says they will be better next season. Brad Holmes can draft. People want to play here. They sign and keep their players. Lions aren't going anywhere. $62 million in cap space says so. We're not letting you go, Amon-Ra. We're not letting you go, David Montgomery. 60. Man, that is Dak Prescott's salary and plus some. Like, they got some money. They got some dollar bills, y'all. Derek says Bills had a great team in the 90s. Just couldn't get it done. So we are talking about winning it all? I mean, of course we're talking about winning it all. What is success to you? Winning at the end of the day. Now, there's some teams out there, like the Detroit Lions, that, hey, success is 9 wins. Success is 10 wins, 13 wins. Not anymore. Success is Super Bowl or bust. Let's just be honest. In Detroit right now, success is Super Bowl or bust. Jay says, Lions got that Ford money, and it's all with Ben Johnson. Might want to come back. Is there not a coaching salary cap? Like, come on. You can't buy all the best coaches, you cheaters. No, but seriously, they do got that Ford money. Ford's got some good money. But, guys, what does their long-term success look like? And speaking of long-term success,